What is going on, guys? My name is Brandon, and today, guys, I have a top 5 tips and tricks video for you guys for doing Instacart, for getting more money, more orders. Now, I put these tips into numerical order, meaning number 5 is going to be like not as important as number 1. So number 1 is going to be like my number 1 tip, and then number 5 is still going to be important, but not as important as number 1. Now, this list is completely random. It's just 5 tips or tricks that I thought of. There's probably a lot of other tips and tricks that I have for you guys. So if you guys want like a part 2 of this video, I can make another video making like a top 10 tips and tricks, or just like a part 2 of top 5 tips and tricks for Instacart. But anyways, guys, number 5 tip is to charge your phone and always have your phone charged. When I first started doing Instacart, I would just drain my battery on my phone, and I back then didn't have that good of a iPhone. My iPhone at the time, I think, was like an iPhone XR, and the battery was probably like half as good as what the iPhone batteries are now. So that was like the main reason why my battery was bad. But a lot of the times I also just didn't have a good charger, like a good phone charger in my car, and I also was really bad at charging my phone. I still to this day am bad at charging my phone, but I would definitely get or invest, go on Amazon, look up good like fast chargers for your phone, either for the car or for at home. That is one of my top like tips, is to always have your phone charged, because you don't want to get an order and you notice your phone is at 10%, and you don't want to be halfway done with your order in the store and all of a sudden your phone dies. That would be like obviously worst case scenario. Your phone probably won't be at 10% if you're planning on working. Obviously you want to charge your phone to where you have enough battery percentage to go do your shopping and do your order, and then once you get back in the car you can charge your phone again. But I'm just saying, when I first started doing Instacart, there was one time, it was probably within like the first 10 orders that I ever did, my phone was at like 16% or something, and I got a pretty good order for Sprouts. I want to say it was like at least $50 for Sprouts, and I was like, dude, I got to do this order. My phone was only at 16%. I tried to charge it in the car on my way there, but it really didn't charge because at the time I didn't have a fast charger. So my phone was only at like 17%, something like that. And I got done with like half of the order. I think it was like a pretty good size order. It was at least like 40 items. And I was like halfway done and my phone literally died. I had to go out to my car when I had the order still going, but obviously my phone's dead, so I couldn't continue doing it. I literally had to sit in my car for like 15 minutes and let my phone charge and then go back into the store. So you obviously don't want that to happen, and that's why this is my number 5 tip. And we're gonna go, like I said, in order: number 5, number 4. But yeah, this would probably be my number 5 tip. Definitely charge your phone either at home, in the car. Like I said, get a fast charger for your car. I have a fast charger and I've had it for like probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and it is amazing. I can literally charge my phone from probably like 10% to 50% within the matter of like 20 minutes. It's pretty quick. So if I find the charger actually on Amazon, I'll link it down below in the description so you guys can use the same charger that I got, because it is amazing. It's for iPhone, so but the adapter actually has 2 spots. It has a USB-C spot, and I think it has a like a regular USB spot, so it could work for a couple of different phones actually. But yeah, I will link it down below if I find it on Amazon. I think it's only like $13 or something like that. It wasn't too much, but yeah. Anyways, number 5 tip, charge your phone. All right, guys, so if you guys are new to Instacart, or maybe you guys aren't new to Instacart, my number 4 tip is to stay by busy stores. Now, sometimes this doesn't always sometimes you don't always have to stay by busy stores, but most of the time, I live only like a mile away from Rayleigh's, and most of the time I don't even get orders for Rayleigh's, even though I'm only a mile away. And a mile away is not that very far, right? So you would think that I would get more orders, but honestly, if I were to sit at home all day, only being a mile away from the store, I would probably only get, honestly, like 2 orders from Rayleigh's. And if I actually sat at Rayleigh's, I'd probably get like 10 orders throughout the day for Rayleigh's. So staying at busy stores is definitely something that you guys need to do if you're not doing it already. If you guys are sitting at home hoping to get orders, maybe you guys live close enough to the stores to get orders, But if you guys are living, a couple miles away from the store and you guys are hoping you guys can make money or get orders from that far away, from like a couple miles, I would recommend not doing that, especially if you're not making good money. If you're getting lucky, maybe there's not as many Instacart shoppers in your area, maybe there's just a ton of orders in your area, maybe the circumstances are like different in your area. But I promise you, if you aren't making good money and it's because you're sitting at home trying to get orders, that is probably the reason why you're not making good money. I mean, it could be a couple other different things. Like I said, the circumstances could be different. I would say 90% of my orders that I get is because I'm already at a store or I'm at like a couple different stores. So one of my main areas that I like to sit at is by Food Max, by Target, Sprouts, Michael's, Dick's Sporting Goods, and I don't know if I said Target already, Target. It's literally by like 6 stores. So it's a very good spot to sit. And when I sit at Food Max or like at our mall, which is right by Food Max, I'm literally basically in the zone of all those stores because they're all pretty close. So if you guys have a place in your city or in your town or whatever that is close to like a lot of stores in one area, I definitely recommend sitting in like right in the middle of all those spots, because you'll definitely get a lot more orders that way instead of just sitting at home. So yeah, that is my number 4 tip. It does suck to have to just sit in town and, wait around for orders, but it's also better that way because you're actually going to get good orders, you're going to get more orders, and overall you'll make more money doing that. Or you can sit at home and possibly not get any orders and not make any money. So it's kind of like a risk and reward kind of thing. All right, guys, so my number 3 tip that I have for you guys is to communicate with your customer. Now, I'm not saying you have to message after every single item and say, hey, is this a good replacement, or is this good, or whatever. If you've been shopping for Instacart for a while, and especially if you have repeat customers, you kind of know what they like, what they don't like, if this replacement works for them or not. If you're not sure, you can always refund. If it says to replace it, then I usually do a replacement that's like close enough to what they're getting. What I like to do is I like to send a custom message at the beginning of my shopping. If you guys don't know, you can actually do a personal message. You just go into the settings and it will say custom message or like custom greeting, and you can do that, and then you can set it up to where you can send that at the beginning of your shopping automatically. It's like a copy and paste kind of thing. You don't have to like full on type out a new message to all your customers. It's like a copy and paste. It just automatically does it for you. When you go to shop and you go to message somebody, it'll bring up like options and it'll say custom greeting, and it'll let you do your custom greeting. So I would recommend, as my 3rd tip, to do a custom greeting and also communicate a little bit with your customers. I know a lot of you guys might not like to communicate just because it can be awkward or weird or whatever, or sometimes you get rude customers, but overall, communicating with your customer, usually that is a better thing to do than not communicating, because if you're getting replacements that they don't want and you're not communicating with them, they might not see your messages or whatever, and you might be getting them a bunch of stuff that they don't actually want, and they're gonna have to get refunded for it or whatever. They're gonna have to message you saying that they don't want that stuff, and you're gonna have to put all that stuff back. So it does kind of help your time and helps save you a lot of time and hassle just communicating with your customer, even just a little bit, like sending that first message, your custom greeting. Just say, hey, this is blah blah blah, I'm your Instacart shopper, I'm shopping for you today, thank you for using Instacart. Let me know if you need any replacements or if you need me to add any items. That's basically what my custom greeting says. It's just, hi, I'm Brandon, I am your shopper today, thank you for using Instacart. Let me know if you guys need any replacements or have any questions, just message me and I'll do my best to help you out or whatever. So I like to send that custom message to all my customers before I start shopping. It's also kind of just like a friendly, like, hello, how are you doing? I'm here. If you need to message me, I'm here. And it probably, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think it's gotten me more tips doing that, because it kind of puts you out there and kind of like reassures them that you're shopping, you're a real person, you can talk to me if you need to, if you need anything. So yeah, it kind of puts you out there as like more friendly and stuff. Whereas if you go shopping for somebody, you don't say a single thing, they might think you're kind of weird, or like, why didn't you message me throughout your shop, like my shopping? Like, you just shopped my entire grocery order, didn't say a single thing. That's kind of weird. I don't know. That's kind of how I look at it. And I, like, as a customer myself, I would want my Instacart person or DoorDash, whatever app you're on, I would want them to at least say something, like even one message just saying hi, or like picking up your order now, or be there in 5 minutes, like whatever it is, at least like one little message is better than nothing. So yeah, my third tip would just be to communicate with your customers, even if it's just like a custom greeting. All right, guys, so my second tip is probably one of my biggest tips. That's why it's number 2, obviously. But my number 2 tip would be to organize your orders. So I have a quick little story. It's going to only be like a minute long. One of my very first orders doing Instacart was at Save Mart. It was a lot of items. I want to say it was at least like 63 items. And I remember it because it was 3 people. I was very overwhelmed. Like I said, it was one of my very first orders. I think my very first order was only 1 person, but then I did that 1 person order and I got like the confidence. I thought I was like ready to take on more orders, and I definitely was not. It was like 63 items or something crazy like that, 3 different people. It was a decent order. It was like $50 or $45 or something like that. What I made the mistake of doing was not organizing the items by order. I didn't grab a second cart. I didn't do anything like that. I literally shopped for all 3 customers at the same time and put their items all in the same cart, didn't separate it at all. And then when it came to checkout, I literally just went by order, grabbed each thing, had to find everything in the cart, each item. It was very confusing. Things were on top of each other. I had to move things out of the way. And I literally had to do that with each order to make sure that each order had their right items. So it was very confusing, very overwhelming. I had people behind me in line. So yeah, if you guys don't already know, you guys need to organize your orders by your customer. What I like to do, a little, I guess, extra tip, when I organize my orders, I like to, there's like a top section of the cart, whatever order has the least amount of items. Say I have an order for 3 people. Say A has 20 items, B has 17, and C has 5. I'm obviously going to put order C at the very top because that's the smallest section of the cart. And then what I like to do with the other 2 orders is I like to put them inside the cart, or one of them I'll even put at the bottom of the cart. I'll grab like a basket, like one of the carrying baskets, and I'll put it at the bottom of the cart to keep the order separated. And then that way when you go to checkout, it's a lot easier, a lot faster. You're not all confused. You don't have to like look at your phone and pick out which items are for which customers. Everything is already sorted out for you ahead of time, and it makes your checkout process a lot easier. So definitely do that. Definitely organize your items. And then also when you bag your items, you can do this. I've been doing Instacart for like 4 years now, so I'm kind of used to organizing my orders, and you'll get the hang of it also if you are newer to Instacart and you kind of have like a hard time shopping for more than 1 person. You will eventually get used to how you do things and how to organize it and where you put the orders like in your car and stuff. But what I like to do sometimes, if I have 2 orders or more than 2, if I have 3 orders, I'll put 1 in the back of the trunk, like at the back part of the trunk, and then 1 at the front part of the trunk, and I'll have it separated by something like a case of soda or whatever. And then that way there's bags at the front, and then a case of soda separates it, and then more bags are at the back. So like it'll kind of be separated, you know. And then sometimes if I have like 3 people, I'll have 1 order to like the left of the trunk, 1 to the right side, and I'll have it like something separating, and then I'll have an order at the front of the trunk. Or even use your back seat or your front seat. If like you have 2 orders that are small, you can put 1 in the front seat with you, 1 in the back seat, and then your big order can go in your trunk. So there are a lot of different ways you guys can do it. However you guys want to do it to where you don't get confused, that is probably the best way to do it. Like you guys will figure out your own ways of doing it. Like I said, I've been doing Instacart for almost 4 years now, and I've kind of have my own ways of organizing things, putting things in certain spots, and like you'll figure it out. You'll figure out what's best for you and less confusing. And yeah, it'll definitely help you out in the long run to organize things, and that way you're not missing items or messing up people's orders by switching out like bags with their orders, and you're not confusing yourself. All right, guys, so this is my number one tip, and this is my biggest tip that I think everybody should follow. And this is something that I don't always do. I really try my best to follow this, but my number one tip, and you guys are going to probably think this is silly. Some of you guys might understand, though, if you guys have been shopping for a while or doing Instacart or any gig work for that matter. You guys will probably understand if you guys have been doing it. But my number one tip is to bring snacks and bring drinks. Bring a water bottle, bring cheap snacks that you can just snack on throughout the day, goldfish, granola bars, whatever it is. Don't buy expensive snacks or fast food, or go out to eat while you're shopping, or after an order or something, because that adds up. And I didn't realize how much it adds up until probably after like my first couple weeks or my first couple months of doing Instacart. I would go into a store, and since you're already in the store, it's very convenient to just grab a water bottle or like a Red Bull or some type of snack, and automatically you grab a drink and a snack, and that's like $10 or like $8. Then the next store, or a couple hours from then, you grab another Red Bull, or you grab a soda or water or something else, and you grab another snack, or maybe you grab 2 snacks this time. That ends up being another $10 or another $11, $12. Then by the end of the day, you have spent $25 on just snacks and drinks. Now, $25, $20, that's not too much. And obviously you ate and drank throughout the day like you should. But if you do $20 a day and you work, let's say you only work part-time, you work 15 days out of the 30 days a month, that's going to be $300, or even more than that. It's going to be close to $350 if my math is right, $300 to $350 depending, how much your snacks are. And that's going to be per month. And if you're only working part-time, you're only making, $50 a day, but you're spending $20 a day in snacks and drinks, you're really wasting your time, because you got to think of gas, the maintenance on your car. So yeah, that is definitely my number one tip. And I did that for the first few weeks, or even like the first month or two. I would buy, a snack and a drink at a store, and then I would be good for like maybe another order or maybe 2 orders, but then I would want another drink and another snack. And it just adds up like crazy. And, it's good to get maybe 1 snack and 1 drink throughout the whole day, or maybe like 2 snacks and a drink, to where you're only spending maybe $5 or $10. But even doing that adds up. So what I recommend is buying things in bulk, to where you can get like a big box of Cheez-Its and then just put the Cheez-Its into like a smaller Ziploc and take that with you. Doing that is a lot better system, because you're not going to spend as much money. So when you guys do your grocery shopping, think about snacks that is like bulk. So goldfish, Cheez-Its, club crackers, Ritz crackers, anything like crackers or chips even would work, because you can put that stuff into a smaller bag, and it comes like in a lot. It comes in like a bulk. I would definitely invest in a good size water bottle, maybe like a 64-ounce water bottle, or even like a Stanley, like a 40-ounce bottle. Those are good too. And what I like to do is certain grocery stores like Costco or Save Mart, sometimes they'll have like a deli area, and they have like a soda machine. You can fill that up with water or whatever you're drinking. You can fill it up, and it's a lot cheaper than just buying, a Red Bull or a Monster, or even just water bottles are like $2, $3. So it definitely adds up when you're buying a bunch of snacks and a bunch of drinks throughout the day. Yeah, that is my number one tip, is do not buy snacks and drinks. I mean, if you have to, if you're so thirsty and it's a hot summer day and you're dying, obviously you want to go to a gas station, get like a cheap water bottle, whatever, $1, $2 water bottle. But if you have the option of bringing like a Stanley or just a big water bottle and filling it up with ice water, you can literally go to like a grocery store or a gas station. A lot of gas stations have like soda machines. They will probably have a water spout, and you can just fill it up with ice and water. Most of the time it's free. Sometimes they might make you pay like 50 cents or $1 or whatever, because it's just water. But yeah, guys, this has been my top 5 tips and tricks as of right now. And like I said, I do have a lot of other probably tips and tricks that I could think of. These are just the first 5 that came to my mind. And some of these are tips, some of these are tricks, some of these things will help you out, save your phone battery, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys like these tips and tricks. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want me to post a part 2 to this. I do, like I said, I probably will have a lot of other tips and tricks and like little things that I like to do since I've been doing Instacart for almost 4 years, like I've said. So I can think of probably 5 more or maybe even 10 more if you guys want to see a part 2 to this. Anyways, I hope you guys like my list. Comment down below if you guys have any of your own tips and tricks, and comment down below if you liked this list. I think it's pretty good. Like I said, it's the first 5 things that I could think of that I think are most important to me. Some of them might not be the best or whatever. There might be other tips that are better, but yeah, these are my 5 that I thought of. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.